Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 193. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to continue the arc of the good vibes by talking about a little more Snake Tribal. Now hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We've got a big-time busy show talking about snakes with super jacked up arms, throwing back to episode, fucking 2 of the show. We got
5, I think.
5? Wow, was that late in the show?
Oh, yeah, that late. Oh, wow, we were pros by then.
I remember when we hit episode 5, I was like, what the hell?
I remember listening to episode 5 on the bus when I was working up north and thinking, oh, okay, I got to listen to this, make sure it's good. Newsflash, wasn't good.
That was fine. It was fine. We got through it.
That's it.
We got some people to thank. We got a deck to talk about. We got lots to go over. We got a really big show. We're going to fight through some more roofers on the roof. But before we do any of that, we got to thank our official sponsors, face-to-facegames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store.
Oh, very much so. Did you get all your orders from Face?
I sure did. What was the last one went out on Twitter yesterday? And oh man,
the Mux.
The Mux has arrived at Casa del Brando, and all you fuckers are gonna pay.
I got my Japanese foil mecha gun shooting Godzilla.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so happy. And a bunch of the Calamax cards. I'm missing a couple, but I think I might just substitute them for other things as per the Discord recommendations when I kick up that conversation again, when we're ready to roll that project out.
Are these cards that I'm going to have and you just don't want to trade them from me again?
Probably.
Like all those foil Godzilla cards?
You only have one that I need now.
Well, yeah, but I had a whole bunch that you
Which
needed.
one? Is it Rodan?
Rodan.
Okay, I need that one. We got to trade that. What do you want?
Okay, I don't know.
You're right on the air. Tell me what you want.
I want you to alter my Shattergang Brothers to have us on it.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. We've been talking about that for a long time, and I've just never... I don't play Magic anymore. I don't go to your house anymore. Yeah. So I just never got the Shattergang Brothers ever.
Yeah.
So
that's what we'll do.
Hey,
if you want to do that.
It doesn't come in foil, right?
No.
And you've got a regular one?
Yeah.
And I have a regular one.
Yeah.
I should just use that one.
Yeah.
And then the next time we play Magic together, like in 2026, we'll just swap. And you give me a Rodan.
There it is. Live trades on the air.
That's how it works in the nation. Everybody trusts everybody to do everything up front. No questions asked. All cash deals. So there's no traceability.
Absolutely. We don't even write down on a piece of paper that there's a trade going on.
No. Don't even make one of those fake bill of sales when your dad sells you your truck for $1 and you take it into the insurance agency and say, put the registration in my name, please. Never done that? Yeah, me neither.
No, definitely not.
Well, the internet exists now. You can literally just go, bill of sale or bill of purchase, automobile, and there's sign here.
Yeah.
Oh, I now own this car.
for $1.
Yes.
But then when you go to insure it, of course, they make you pay taxes on what they say you should have paid for the car.
Oh, yeah.
That's just where we live, but fuck.
Yeah, we're taxed on everything. Well, you know what? It's fine because we have healthcare. I don't know.
I guess, but that's not for healthcare. That's for they just want our money.
Yeah, they certainly don't fix our roads.
No.
Oh, man, I was trying to think of a insurance road fixing tax cookout podcast. Doesn't roll off the tongue as nice as CCO Podcast. Like Cinema Cookout Podcast might.
Oh, Cinema Cookout Podcast. It is time because I watched my very, very first CCONation recommended movie this morning.
You did last week. What was it called?
Oh, yeah, Chopping Mall.
Chopping Mall, yeah. This is the second one. Just as good as the first one?
Absolutely. I watched, this is so cool because there's a whole string of these. I watched Evil Bong.
Evil Bong?
And it's about a possessed bong that when you smoke from it, it sends you into this strip club where the strippers have sharks for boobs.
I wanted everything that is happening. I wish it was real life.
And they eat.
Is there any laser beams involved?
There was an explosion. There was
good enough.
Like one of those dynamite packages with the little timer on it.
Oh, I want a dynamite package so bad, and I want it to be what you think that you want it to be.
Dude, it was, honest to God, it was super funny. And it was fucking awesome. And there's like 9 of them.
And is it terrible?
Oh, absolutely.
Like bad.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Like C movie.
Yeah, it's C movie, but in the best way.
CCO. C movie cinema cookout podcast.
There it is. Perfect.
Oh man.
But it is, dude, it is so good. And I started watching the second one while I was waiting for you.
Oh,
Evil Bong 2, Evil Harvest.
I interrupted your Evil Harvest.
And there's
This sounds like a magic card.
And like
it's got to be a magic card.
The fourth one is like Evil Bong 420, and there's Evil Bong 666, and there's Evil Bong in space. Evil Bong versus the Ginger Dead Man. I will have Evil Bong
Ginger
movies to
Dead
watch
Man?
forever.
Mecha Space Bong. Oh man,
super funny.
That sounds great. Well, big shout out to CCONation for the bad C-rated movies for at CCO Brando on podcast. Don't send at CCO Podcast any of your recommendations. Instead, on Twitter, you can guess our commander each week.
The commander of the week.
This week, we've got a special. The hints, I think, were a picture, a snapshot. Well, not a snapshot, a video of Teamer commanders on the EDH rec page. Something that I like, a bunch of cards that you like, one of my favorite commanders, all hints.
One of my favorite tribes, but we didn't give that hint. We should have.
Oh, we should have. That would have made everybody get it, because everybody would have been like, oh yeah, Teamer oozes? Nope. Today, Teamer snakes with Xyris the Writhing Storm. New, one of the most popular C20 commandees.
He's pretty cool. He's got a fun picture. He's got a cool ability. I like him quite a bit. He is a 3/5 flyer for green, blue, red 2. Whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first card that they draw during each of their draw steps, you get a 1/1 green snake. Whenever it deals damage, combat damage to a player, you and that player each draw that many cards.
So hits base level. Hits somebody for 3 because it's a 3/5. They draw 3. We draw 3. They drew 3 that isn't their first card in a turn because it's our fucking turn. We get 3 snakes.
Oh my god.
On our motherfucking battlefield.
You get the 3 snakes! And if anybody's seen Hell Come to Frogtown, they're going to get that joke, and they're going to be laughing. And if you don't get that joke because you haven't seen Hell Comes to Frogtown, just Google 3 snakes.
Okay, I'll do it after, because guess what?
You've never seen that movie?
Yeah, no.
Just picture a guy in a rubber Halloween frog mask where the lips don't move, threatening to, let's just say, take down a lady with the 3 snakes. And exactly what you think is 100% what he meant.
All right. Well, now I don't have to Google it.
Oh, no, you still have to Google it because it's awesome.
We will. I'm talking to a Discord member about an altar the other day, and
tell me this has something to do with the 3 snakes or Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Well, he made a movie reference from Step Brothers, and I was like, oh, have I seen that? I said, oh, well, the longer you're part of this Discord or listen to CCO, you'll know that I'm not the movie guy. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's from Step Brothers. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, fine.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, that's
And hey, speaking of the Discord,
ooh,
one of the benefits to becoming a CCONation Patreon supporter.
Nation and Patron just don't rhyme. I wish they did.
Nation and yeah, you're right.
They don't rhyme. They're close enough that you think that they do, but they don't.
Yeah. Well, we can still shout people out and pretend it rhymes.
Hey, speaking of rhyming,
it rhymes in the nation.
It rhymes here. Everything goes around here.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a rhyme that, or a word that has no other words that rhyme with it is orange.
Yes.
And did you know that the color orange is named after the fruit and not the other way around?
Oh, yeah?
That's a mind-blowing thing. They used to call orange red. It was just another red. It was like a shade of red and not its own color.
Red with a little bit of yellow mixed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like orange, but oranges aren't oranges because they're orange. Orange is orange because oranges are orange. Right?
Do you know other words that don't rhyme are also colors? Purple, silver. Silver has rhymes, and consonantal rhyming is different where words end with the same consonant sound. It's very popular when you translate like Italian text into English and still have it rhyme. They do consonantal rhyming. If things end in the same consonant, they therefore rhyme.
Nurple rhymes with purple.
Nurple may or may not actually be a word.
With the way that the dictionary is going, it is 100% a word.
Let's not talk about real life things, okay? let's talk about things in the nation. We have new patrons. I have to send you a list. Please don't forget for Brando token altars.
Ooh, I gave a shout out last week to Dice Guy.
Yes.
I have another shout out to give to just a member of the nation who ordered me, and thank you so much for this. He sent me a package of blank playing cards.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah. Like the inserts that come in the commander decks. I have a couple for you.
And when I say I mean like
a stack?
Hundreds of them.
No.
Oh, yeah. Like, I have hundreds of them now. I'm so excited. And he did an altar on one of them for me, and it's a devil token with a Canada Goose on it.
Just as an example.
Yeah.
That's super sick.
I got creative. I wanted to send. So thank you so much for sending that to me. That is so cool.
So Brando has blank cards for Brando token altars. That's one of the sign-up gifts. You can get CCO stickers for defacing public property, church pews, urinals, what have you. I'm not giving you any recommendations. You could also put them on your deck box or give them to your friends, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, of course, a discounted altar from myself if you don't want a Brando altar. We do also have very nifty watercolor and line work tokens. And I'll post a picture of them again and link to the Patreon if anybody's interested in those. And, of course, I'll tag the member of the nation that made them, because they're cool. And we're getting more in time if people do like them. So, new shout out, no, not new shout out. Shout out, thank you, and F you to new patrons. These people could be receiving those sign-up gifts. When I contact you, let me know.
Yes.
The first one, not a new thank you, but an increased pledge that we do appreciate very much.
We do?
Tom Springsteen.
The ghost of Tom Jode Springsteen.
Tom Jode sounds dirty. I was going to say Tom Chud Springsteen. Can we say that?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Chud is a acronym. Acronym? Yeah, that's the word. For cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Mm-hmm.
Like, is that from, what is that from? Is it from a movie?
It's from a shitty 80s movie, Ryan. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Where have you been for the last
30 years?
13 years of our friendship, dude. Come on.
Well, big thank you to Tom. We very much appreciate the support increase.
Agreed.
Next shout out, Joe Young. Super regular name, and we got a bunch of super regular names. I want to say like Joe Young the Gorilla. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, though.
I got it. Joe Hung.
Oh, Joe Hung. Welcome. Thank you. And of course,
F you.
Very much so. Next, super regular name, John Morris.
Like John Morrison, the wrestler?
Or John Morrison, singer from The Doors?
Who's that?
John, pseudo-celebrity, never heard of her Morris. Another one of them pseudo-celebrity types, eh?
Yeah.
They're trying to take over the nation.
Now they're coming
They're using their political influence to like sway elections. That doesn't happen, does it?
We don't have elections here, man.
Oh yeah, I'm the president, you're the king. There's no other fucking...
Yeah,
that's it.
That's how it is.
Got there. Big thank you to John. And of course...
F you.
Last one. Super regular name.
Jeez.
Come on. Gary Hewitt. You know when it's DeWitt, it's like DeWitt is DeWitt.
Yeah.
But Hewitt is not Hwit. It sounds like a
Whit?
That's what I was just going to say.
H. Flem Wit? Is that how you spell it?
Gary H. Flem Hwit.
Or Gary Halfwit, whichever you want to go with.
Yeah, you know what? Either is perfect and right on brand. For you, for us, for everybody in the nation. Big thank you, and of course...
F you.
Very much appreciated. Not sure why anybody would want to sign up specifically for a nickname, but you know...
Hey, we appreciate it.
We do, and you might get a Brando altar as a side effect.
Yes.
Should we? Oh.
One more Brando altar story. So I'm playing with the Dude Bros on some night. We'll say Thursday.
Sure.
And I needed an elephant token, and for some reason I didn't have it in my little box.
You whipped your wiener out, put it on the table, and said, "This is my elephant."
That's closer than you think. Because I got out like a Post-it note.
We've sunk to making big dick jokes on air. Oh, we suck.
And I drew an elephant on this little piece of like post-it paper.
Did you draw one big round ear, and one big long trunk?
Well, I guess, and I put a little body on it, and then gave him some little legs and a tail. It looked very elephant-y to me, and I put it down, and everybody was like, that's a funny little cartoon elephant, and it was cool. And then I was like, oh, maybe this is funny. I'm going to show it to Kyla and see if she laughs.
Straight cock and balls.
And she spent like 10 minutes looking for the dick. Because she was just like, I know it's here, Brando. Like, where's the cock and balls you drew on this card? And I said, what? It's literally just a picture of an elephant. It's like, well, that trunk looks a little phallic. It's just a picture of an elephant.
I got one. If we're telling dick cartoon jokes, I got one. So you know the distillery brewery by my house?
Yes.
They got shut down for serving without a license. Well, they're open again. And they got this big school bus with this big wooden sign, and they're all hipster, like, hey, we're open again. And somebody drew a big cock of balls with spray paint on the side of it. And instead of, like, painting over it or, like, scraping it off or whatever and making it look all ugly, the owner was out there with matching red spray paint and transformed the dick and balls graffiti into a reindeer with big antlers. He's like, next level. You can't graffiti me again. I'll just make a reindeer, a random ass reindeer on the side of my bus that is the sign for my distillery. That has nothing to do with... No, I just got it. It's not a reindeer, it's a regular deer because they're white-tailed distillery. Oh, next level, right on air. You made a deer. It's his own brand. Genius. Genius. We need next level marketing in the nation. If you have a marketing background, get at us. If you can make a deer out of cock and balls, get at us.
Yeah.
At CCO Podcast, at CCO Brando. Shoot us an email, commandercookout@gmail.com.
You can find other ways to get a hold of us, other places you can find the show, and anything else that we're up to on commandercookout.com.
Oh, big thank you anybody who mentioned that they would like to contribute or have ideas. We're still looking for ways to spruce up commandercookout.com, so if you have ideas, get at us. Mm-hmm. Blogs or news articles and what have yous.
Yeah, or like funny cartoons or dirty limericks. Whatever.
Those kinds of things would be fun. And if you think that they would be conversational for the Discord group to check out and talk about on the Discord, it just makes another way that everybody in the nation can interact.
Yeah. One suggestion, if anyone wants to take this on, is I used to really like reading this one blog. It was the only blog I used to read where a guy would bring in, he was a school teacher, and he'd bring in for little kids, and he'd bring in the awful drawings that they would do. Like, he'd take pictures of them, and then he'd post them on the blog and just fucking dunk on them.
Oh, we should just dunk on Brando altars.
It was so awesome.
Post your Brando altar and we'll dunk on it.
So that was pretty funny. I appreciate those. So if you want to just dunk on little kid drawings, or drawings that I've done, which kind of look about the same.
Very much the same, and they're so awesome. Everybody loves them.
I'm glad that people enjoy them. But should we talk about something else that people enjoy? Super jacked up snakes with abs?
Yeah, do they skip arm day or leg day, huh?
I'm going to say arm day, because I think there are some snakes that have those little legs. Like those
well, there's also magic cards that have snakes with arms.
But we're not playing any of them in this deck, and I think we should be.
Okay, criticisms when we get there.
Yeah, get that out of the way right now. There's no Sashiro the Anointed. We need that shit.
Now, big shout out to David Moen, listener, supporter. Big thank you.
Thank you very much.
F you.
Wonder Lumps on Archidec.
Oh, I want to Google that, but I'm not going to.
That's a fabulous Discord name, sir. My hat is off to you. Where should we start with this one, Ryan?
Well, custom categories. Big thank you to David for doing that. We very much appreciate that. Do you want to start? Do we let the cat out of the bag and say, we've done a hidden commander before. This is sort of a hidden commander, but it doesn't have to be.
It's just helpful for it to be.
Sure. You know what? Let's
start in that section.
Yes.
But we'll save it till last.
Well, it is last.
Technically it's first because I always started at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Of Archidect. So I'm gonna take the hit for everybody in the nation, and I'm gonna go down. We're gonna start in the snake cannon section with Brando special Comet Storm.
When you say snake cannon, you mean a cannon that shoots things out, not cannon like it's officially part of the story.
Yes.
Sure.
It could also be like a snake that is a cannon, or a cannon that shoots snakes.
A cannon that shoots snakes is what I thought. Because I assume with Comet Storm, X damage, you can multi-kick it to target more than one thing. I assume that we can make big mana with this deck.
Yes.
It's a instant speed X damage spell that you can multi-kick to hit multiple things.
So good. We have Impact Tremors and Big Perf.
Creatures enter the battlefield. Under our control, they deal 1 damage with Impact Tremors. They deal 2 damage to each opponent with Perf.
So you Xyris them, you make 3 snakes. You either 3 or 6 the whole table. Or 9 if you're really lucky.
Yeah, if you have both. It should be noted that Perforos, you can pay 3 to fire breathe your team, right?
Yes.
Every time you pay 3, you give your whole team +1/+0.
Yes.
And when you have like 10 dudes and you put 3 into it, you're getting like 10 extra power there.
I think people do overlook that a lot on Perf.
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially in a token deck.
Oh, hell yeah, it's insane. How about Shared Animosity, another card I really like?
Give it a read.
Shared Animosity is an enchantment for red 2. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other attacking creature that shares a creature type with it.
I got to put that into Pramicon Petitioners. I keep forgetting to do that. I keep putting in like Kamigawa Advisors, like the legendary ones that are actually expensive, FYI. They're like $14 for the one that can block any number of creatures that has flash or whatever. Yeah. Big money.
It turns out that some of those Kamigawa cards that were shit back in the day, now that EDH is a real format.
And never mind foil versions. You want Kamigawa foils that are EDH playable, you're gonna pay like that Lorwyn Shadowmoor foil premium on that shit.
And it's Kamigawa.
I know.
What the fuck?
I hear I'm putting more stuff to help me block and not win into petitioners when I should be putting Shared Animosity. It was in Commander 20. That's my point.
It's also from Morningtide.
No foils. No foils in the nation.
All right, next up we have a bit of a spoiler for this last card, so you have a chance to guess what it is. In Mirrorwing Dragon.
Oh, this was a nice altar. I think Lenny owns it now. I did this card one time. It was nice. This is a 4/5 flying dragon for red 3. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery that targets only Mirrorwing Dragon, you copy it for each other creature that we control that it could target.
So that could go very good or very bad.
Yeah, mostly we don't play this card because it goes bad when they Path to Exile it.
But you get so many land.
They could terror it.
Yeah.
Or they could murder it or go for the throat it.
Yeah.
Do you say go for the throat it or do you say go for its throat?
No, I say go for the throat it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Use the politically, or not the politically incorrect, the incorrect verbiage that explains what the card does better.
Exactly.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, hidden commander time.
Jack in the box is Zada Hedron Grinder.
So awesome. This is one of my favorite cards. One of your liked cards as well.
Yeah, I enjoy him as well.
I like this as a hidden commander or Jack in the box, as you say, but this doesn't need to be search Zada out and play it at all costs. Like we just mentioned, Lenny Willie Broader's hidden Zada General Tazri 5-color Zada deck. This is not that.
No, not at all.
But if you have Zada, look the fuck out, everybody.
Yeah, it certainly isn't going to hurt your chances of winning that game.
No, this is a 3/3 Goblin ally for 4. When we target Zada, and only Zada, we radiate or copy the spell that we targeted Zada with for every creature that we control that it could target.
Ooh.
So
watch out if you path yourself.
Yeah, man, if you need mana, if you want to path yourself and you have like 20 tokens and you want a big Comet Storm, path Zada, end of turn, find all the land in your deck and just fucking go ham. Untap, die. That is the most meta next level Zada play of all time. If anybody has a screenshot, please send.
Yes, 100%.
I think because we're fresh on Zada, we can go to next custom category where we can probably do some clumping in snake steroids.
Or snake roids.
Yeah.
Like one word, snake roids.
And it should be noted that snakes on steroids is the name of this deck.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be noted because we have a lot of juice, as it were.
Now,
a lot of pump.
If snakes were doing steroids to get super jacked, right? Because their arms and legs are pretty small. So do you think they just do crunches and like burpees and shit? Is that what they do to get like mad abs? And they just have abs that go all the way from their heads all the way down to the tips of their tail?
I think snakes have that anyways, but they don't have skin, they have scales, so their muscles don't show quite the same as ours.
So do they just get jacked until they do show the same as ours?
Have you ever held or felt a snake?
Yes.
They're big and heavy and muscly already.
Well, yeah, but they could be bigger and heavier and musclier because they're on steroids and they're working really hard. They're doing box jumps for days. Because they're probably on meth, too. There's speed in this deck also. Speed and roids.
With 100-pound dumbbells in each hand because they have hands.
Exactly. Or one in their mouth.
And
their tail wrapped around one and they're just jumping.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. It's not good for you.
No. We made a drug joke in there, and that's not okay.
So we're going to do individually all of these cards, and Ryan's going to tell you what to do really fast.
Oh, am I going to go fast?
Here we go. Uncaged Fury.
Haste, +1, double strike. Double strike.
Hell yeah. Teamer Battle Rage.
Double strike, if we control something 4 or greater, it gains trample.
Strength in Numbers.
+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures.
That's a fucking good card.
That's a cool one, hey?
Rush of Blood.
+X, where X is its power. That is double its power, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rancor?
+2, trample. If Rancor beats it, we get it back into our hand.
Raking Claws.
Double strike. Is that an instant?
Yes.
Oh, but it doesn't draw a card natively. You have to cycle it. Dang it. Okay, that's fine.
Might of the Masses.
+1 for each creature we control.
Oh.
That is a good one, too. Hey, all these
good
great pump spells in green. I want to play them in Calamax, but I don't play a whole bunch of creatures, so they're not super awesome.
How about Invigorated Rampage?
Ooh, baby. Choose one. Target creature gets +4/+0 and gets trample until end of turn, or 2 target creatures each get +2/+0 and trample until end of turn. If we have Zada or Mirror-Wing Dragon, is that what it's called?
Yes.
We choose the one creature gets +4. So we're only targeting one thing. Then they all get +4.
Cool. Invigorate.
+4/+4 until end of turn, can cast for free if somebody gains 3 life.
Like, you get
Your
gain
opponent
3 life. I have a forest. Free.
Yes.
Die.
Yeah. Abandoned Pauper.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Giant Growth.
+3/+3 until end of turn.
Fist of Flame.
Oh, dang. This card. Red 1, instant, draw a card. Okay. Automatically good. Until end of turn, target creature gains trample and +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn.
So it's at least 1 because it makes you draw a card first.
If it's your turn, it's +2 because you've already drawn a card to start your turn. If you can copy it, or if you can radiate that onto every single other Galdang creature because you control Zada or Mirror-Wing Dragon, you're going to draw a card for each copy, and then the rest of the ability is going to see that you copied it and drew like 11 cards this turn, so all your creatures get +11/+0.
And if you're attacking
and
with
tramp.
And if you're attacking with double strike creatures and you've already hit with Xyris or whatever the hell his name is, the first strike damage hits them, you draw 7 cards, and then you can cast this again. So it's good.
Oh, yeah.
This is an excellent, excellent card.
That's a gooder.
Colossal Might.
+4/+2 and tramp skis.
I hate split cards. Collision Colossus.
Collision is 6 damage to a flyer, and Colossus is a pump spell, right?
Colossus is Colossal Might.
Oh, +4/+2 and tramp ski?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Brute Strength.
Brute Strength. I'm a brute and I'm strong. +3/+1 and tramp ski.
Brute Force.
Brute Force. Just +3. That's Giant Growth, but in red.
Correct. Bravado. I like this one.
+1 for each other creature you control?
It's an enchantment. So you probably put that on Xyris so that you can get more.
Oh, yeah, that's an enchantment. Yeah. Okay.
Berserk.
Double a creature's power, played only during combat before blockers, destroy that creature at end of combat.
Sick.
Yeah, you enchant or target opponent's creature, kill other opponent, first opponent sacrifices creature at end of turn.
Beautiful.
Meta.
Become Immense.
Oh, man, what a cool name. Also, +6 until end of turn. Delve, so cast for green.
And last one is Balduvian Rage.
Balduvian Rager. +X until end of turn, and it costs X, and it's an instant. Also draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Not your next upkeep, the next upkeep. So if we cast this on not our turn, like the next player's upkeep we draw, or if we cast it at the end of player 4's turn, we draw on our turn type thing.
Yeah, you can cast it for like just red. Just draw a bunch of cards if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. X equals 0, target Zada. It'll radiate to everybody else. When we untap, we draw 5 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So neat little card. You can do all sorts of stuff with that.
Yeah.
So we got snakes on roids.
Yeah, and so far, like, okay, baseline, we have Zada on our opener. We play the Zada game. But if we don't, we pump Xyris and hit our opponents and get, instead of 3 snakes, we get
8 snakes.
5, 6, 8 snakes, whatever it is.
Or 12 snakes because everything gives double strike or whatever. And then eventually you're just going to draw Zada and then you'll do the Zada plan. But still, it's good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do snakes on speed, I guess. This is kind of I think this is the ramp section, so you can play snakes faster.
Yes, or they could drive a city bus not less than 50 miles per hour.
Hell yeah.
Lest they want to explode.
Keanu Reeves.
Sandra Bullock as well.
Sandra Bullock.
Got there.
Don't test me. I'll just go through these real quick.
Don't test me.
We got an Arcane Signet, a Cultivate, a Far Wanderings, a Far Seek, a Grawl Signet, an Isn't Signet, a Nature's Lore, a Nissa's Pilgrimage, a Rampant Growth, a Sol Ring, a Talisman of Curiosity, and a Wild Growth.
That is some number of artifact ramps in signet colors. Did I say that right?
Signets of the right colors of the deck,
Yeah, and of course we've got, the Cultivate, Far Wandering, Far Seek, Nissa's Pilgrimage. Do we have to read that one? We never play that one.
Sure. It's a sorcery for green 2. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put them into play tapped, and the rest into your hand. Or one of them into play. What the hell? Put one into play tapped, the other one into your hand. Shuffle your library. If there are 2 or more instants and or sorceries in your graveyard, search your library for up to 3 basic forests instead of 2.
So it's Cultivate, but if Spell Mastery, we get an extra one in our hand.
Yes, and you can only get forests with it. Only basic
forests.
forests.
I was going to say, why don't people play this card more? But it's only for basic forests.
Yeah, I don't know. You could probably cut it from here. Just play, what is it?
Mana Crypt.
The Reach. Kodama's Reach.
Kodama's Reach around, yeah.
We're playing a 3-color deck. Fucking play Kodama's Reach.
Kodama's Reach is good. Nissa's Pilgrimage is good if we want to find forests, which we might because we're not playing. What is Utopia Sprawl? We're not playing Utopia Sprawl, which enchants only forests. If we cut Wild Growth and put in Utopia Sprawl, we could feasibly have room for Nissa's Pilgrimage because it finds forests, and Utopia Sprawl enchants forests. So I'm just stretching. That's a suggestion, I guess, that I have, but that's like a $7 card.
Yeah, balls that.
No, it's not. It's like a $4 card. I just ordered a $9 foil. Whatever.
Where should we go next, Ryan? Value or safety? Safety.
Snake safety. Man, those S's are just going to sound so awful.
They are. But
sorry.
You guys wanted this. All right, so we got in the snake safety section, we have a Withstand Death.
Withstand Death. What is he holding? Is that a dark steel ingot? Or a dark steel shield?
Dark steel plate?
But it isn't a...
No, it is
a plate, but it's not plate
plate
mail like in dark steel plate.
No, it is 100% a plate.
That is dark steel dinner plate.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's what that is.
Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn for green.
Speaking of things that cost 1 green, we have a Vines of Vast Wood.
You know what? Here's the fucking thing. I've got a recording of myself that says that. I'm going to insert it every opportunity I have. Here's the thing. When people on podcasts or any Magic content in general say, Vines of Vastwood, for example, costs 1 green, we mean it costs 1 green mana. What
else would we mean?
Well, it could be interpreted that it costs 1 and green. 1 green. If I'm just reading mana cost or pips in the corner, Vines of Vastwood costs green. That's what it costs. Not 1 green, because that would mean its converted mana cost is 2. That's just a little peeve that I have when I hear that. I don't know. I thought I'd bring it up.
Shut up. What does the card do, Ryan?
Target creature gains hexproof if you paid the kicker of green. Got there. Got there. It gets +4/+4. No small trifle for green.
Ooh. We have Swiftfoot Boots and Swan Song. I think we all know those ones now.
Yeah, protection, counter, get a bird, sure. Haste.
Simic Charm.
Oh, I think the best color pair charm. Agree, disagree.
Beh.
Oh, it's a good charm. Let me give it a read. Instant for Simic. That is green blue. Choose one. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Good.
Cool.
Permanents you control gain hexproof.
Also good.
Oh, that's like a counterspell now. And
Unsummon is the other one.
unsummon, bounce a creature, right? And it can be any creature. So mine to save it if I don't want to make my things indestructible. But probably more often if I'm bouncing something, it's something that you're trying to kill me with.
Yes.
That card is good.
That's a cool card. Ranger's Guile.
+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Not only are we pumping, we're protecting. He pumps, he protects, he guiles.
Flash Kick.
I was just trying to think of the sound Guile makes on Street Fighter of old.
Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom.
Heroic Intervention.
Protects with indestructible and hexproof. Just newly reprinted.
Deflecting Swat.
Oh, D-SWAT. This card is a cool card. If you control your commander, casually cast it for effing free. If you do, you may choose new targets for target spell or ability.
So if somebody cracks a fetch land, can you make it so you find the land instead?
No, you can't do that.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, but
so play a fetch.
You can redirect whatever you want.
Except for a fetch land. So not whatever I want.
Well,
I want to redirect fetch lands. I want to make people wasteland themselves.
You could play Stifle. Is there free Stifle effects? I can't remember.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah,
there probably is. You know what else there is?
Blossoming Defense. This is the last one. Target creature gets +2 and hexproof. Pump and protect. And on your snack.
Nice.
Got there.
Snack protect. I like it. All right, we'll do the venomous value now.
Sure, we got another split card.
Let's just start with that crap. Expansion explosion. That's what it is.
Explosion. Expansion is Simic hybrid, copy an instant or sorcery. And it is an instant, of course, and also instant explosion. Red, blue, X deals X damage to any target and draw X cards.
Neat.
Yeah, dang. If we got a lot of mana, that card is just going to fill our hand up and kill somebody at the same time so we can kill the next person. It's a good one.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Up there too, we got Battle Hymn.
Oh, another one that I personally do like. Add red mana for each creature you control. That's an instant for 2.
Very cool.
Very powerful magic.
I'm still soft on these cards. Fury Storm.
This is the Commander Storm card from C19, right? This is the red one?
Yeah.
This is an instant for red 2. When you cast the spell, copy it for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Okay? You could choose new targets when you copy. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, you may choose new targets. So you copy a copy spell a bunch of times if you've cast your commandy a bunch of times.
Yeah. I don't know. But you get 2, I guess, which is pretty good. You get to copy twice for 4.
Copy twice for 4 is on rate.
It's on rate. It's good. It's fine. I don't know. I'm just soft on those cards. Because I think that the abilities, they just have a thing. There are spells that copy things twice.
For 4.
Yeah, that cost 4.
Or copy once for 2.
And this one might get you more value, but there's just other stuff you can play that's earlier on and
I like
better.
I like copy twice for 4 because it's on rate. This one does have upside. Of the Commander Storm cards, I think the green one is good. This one is good, better than the green one in the deck that wants it. I'm not sure that this is that deck, but that one is good in the deck that wants it. The copy deck, the Calamaxes and the Storm decks, what have you, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a card I super like and play all the time, and so should you, Grand Warlord Radha.
Give it a read if you like it so much, if you're so great.
It's a 3/4 with haste for green, red, 2. Whenever one or more creatures you control attacks, add that much mana in any combination of red and or green. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end.
So you attack with 10 snakes, you get 10 mana.
Yes.
Very good. And that is when they're declared as attackers, so we do have an opportunity to use that mana to pump before damage.
Yes.
Ooh, baby.
So you can make 10 mana and cast 19 pump spells.
Speaking of attacking and getting dudes, read the next spicy nug because you like this one too.
I do. Krenko Tin Street Kingpin is a 1/2 for red 2. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power.
That would trigger also before combat damage, so you get the +1s before the damage is dealt. Very important, I think.
Yes, so when it attacks as a 2/3.
Yes, and we would get one more snake than you think. Oh, no, we wouldn't because only Xyris triggers on Xyris damage.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Oh, dude, if your whole team made snakes.
Yeah, then Xyris would cost like 19 and nobody would play it.
Yeah. One all-out strike and you just draw them out. Xyris would be a mill deck.
Oh, so excellent. Xyris Mill, send it in, nation.
The last one is Parallel Lives.
That doubles the tokens that enter the battlefield under our control.
Would Doubling Season be better than Parallel Lives in this deck?
Doubling Season costs 5, right?
Yeah.
And that would put it at the same point in the curve as Xyris. Maybe Parallel Lives is better because really we only care about tokens.
Yeah.
We don't care about counters because all our pump spells are just until end of turn pump.
Yeah, there's not very many put counters on things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Krenko.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
but playing-
one card. We're not going to double our budget because one card.
Yeah, we're going to triple the value of the card.
Yeah.
All right, next section is Snakes that find Zada. The 2 cards in there are Time of Need. It finds a legendary creature, puts it into your hand, and the other one is Finale of Devastation.
Yeah, I so wish that Time of Need was an instant. Oh, God, that card would be so much better. Also, it can only find legendary creatures, so don't buy a foil one thinking it finds your Gaia's Cradle, eh? And I used to play that in Animar because I had a Joyra Weatherlight Captain package where I can infinitely cast artifacts and draw cards. Cool. And it would find me like my Kozilek, so I could draw 5 cards a turn because it's historic and draws me 4 cards. It's a cool little package, but I cut it because Time of Need and Joyra are just not good for the deck.
Yeah, Time of Need is a cool card, though. If you have one, you should sure play it.
Yeah, $2. $2 for a demonic tutor in green for a legendary creature. You know who I bet you plays this card? Fucking Dana Roach.
Oh, but he can't find Manala or Explosive Vegetation.
Oh, he plays it in his Recce deck. I got a foil one, Dana Roach. If you need one, get at me. I don't play it anymore. Anyways, Finale of D. Do not Google. No, that would be like Finale of 10 dudes.
Don't look for that either.
No, well, if X is 10 or greater, you give all your creatures +X+O after you search for a creature and put it onto the battlefield?
Yeah.
Did I get there?
I think so.
Is it battlefield?
Yep.
F me in the A. Wow, that is good.
That is such a good card.
That's why it's $24.
Yes, that is precisely what it is. Also, it has a badass dinosaur.
That is a cool art. If that was an instant, it would be Court of Calling. Because generally, sure, like X is 10 or greater, you can find whatever you want in your deck and you pump your whole team. That's great. But generally, when you cast Court of Calling, you just win. Because you do it at the end of somebody's turn, you untap, you attack, you get a combo piece, you Crater Hoof directly onto the battlefield, for example, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That being a sorcery makes it crappy, and they try and make up for it under the guise of pump your team. It's like, no, I'll just win anyways.
Well, I don't know if you could pay 12 and you could get the Crater Hoof anyway.
Yes.
And then just win more. Sometimes you just have to win more, Ryan.
Winning more in Commander... That could be an episode because winning more in Commander is important because I can do 40, 80, 100 damage through blockers and Trampski and whatever.
Yeah.
But there might be another opponent. So if I have win more, if I can win more, I can get all the opponents instead of just 2.
Also, you know what's way more fun than saying, so I attacked with a bunch of 1/1s and I did 1? Is saying, I attacked with a 1/1 and did 14. How did you do that? Because I like to win more. Like that's
because Finale of D.
I swung in with a 1/1 and they blocked it, and they still lost their creature and took 14. That, yes.
Yeah. Also, the reason why Finale of D is a sorcery.
Yes.
To prevent exactly what you just said.
Exactly.
It's like untap, upkeep, draw, move to combat.
Die.
Die. When cards allow you to move to combat with 14 mana up worth of combat tricks, I guess that's what this deck is doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what this deck is doing.
I like it.
All right, ways to draw cards.
Extra cards.
Now, I'm going to call you out right now. You specifically, as a artist who alters cards, every Thursday on our Facebook page, I expect to see a tragic lesson with a Canada Goose painted on it next week.
With more Canada geese standing around it that they like.
And they have little black armbands on.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Tragic lesson is an instant. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you discarded a land.
Return a land to its owner.
Oh, unless you bounce a land.
Yeah.
That's not tragic. I want to bounce lands typically, don't I?
I don't think
it's a drawback. But I might have good abilities on my lands.
The card thing, what it does not really match the name or the picture. Because
oh no, that's Kefnet, and Kefnet got killed by one of the gods of the Amonkhet apocalypse, let's call it, that Nicobolus brought out of the wall, right? And that's some Kefnet worshiper praying one last pray.
So what was the tragic lesson? That you don't fuck with other gods? Like, of course not. These guys grew up on Amonkhet. They know that shit.
They know their shit.
Yeah. When the god dragon shows up, you fucking run. Everybody knows that.
You bounce like that land.
All right, next up is Thrill of Possibility.
Thrill of P. Google it? No, probably not.
Fine. That's probably fine. I think that one's okay.
Instant, additional cost, discard a card, draw 2 cards.
Return of the Wild Speaker.
Draw cards equal to your biggest creature, or non-humans, which is all of our creatures, get +3/+3 until end of turn. Does they get Tramsky? No. Oh, what the hell?
Have you drawn a Sailor Moon on this card yet? Because I'm sure lots of people have asked about it.
I have altered that card. It looks pretty good in full art.
To have Sailor Moon on it?
No.
Oh, well.
I don't, unless it's Dragon Ball, I stay away from anime. Man, we haven't talked about Dragon Ball in weeks.
I finished Dragon Ball Z
yesterday. What'd you think of the end?
Episode 291 or whatever the hell it was.
No spoilers.
I thought that the ending was kind of weak.
Well, the ending, like those final 2 episodes that are like part of the original series that aren't really ties to the story, where it's the end. Yeah, that's kind of weird, hey?
Yeah, it's just kind of...
But they can't end it where the last fight ends, so they had to end it like at a different place.
They could have ended it out like they had like 6 denouement episodes. You didn't need that,
dude. It's Dragon Ball. You're lucky there wasn't fucking 19.
Although, I mean, maybe this is a minor spoiler, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Don't do it.
So you can plug your ears if you don't want to hear that. My wish was granted, just like in Dragon Ball, where Majin Buu turned into a good guy. Yeah, we're a little fat guy, and he's all happy, and he's hanging out, and he's helping people out, and he's doing Majin Buu shit. That was fun. I really liked that episode where it was just Majin Buu in town, and he's walking around buying ice cream and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he fought some boxer guy, and he slapped him through a wall.
You totally ruined it for me.
Just that one part. You've seen it.
Not for years.
And the last card in this thing is Chart a Course.
Chart a Course. That is Chart a Course. CCO Podcast. Doesn't work. All right.
No.
Go. Sorcery, draw 2 cards to discard a card unless you attacked with a creature this turn.
Probably
sure, we're probably going to do that.
Yeah, that's probably fine. And the last section is the removal section. We have a reality shift, a rapid hybridization, a fury charm, and a chaos warp. We should probably say what fury charm
I was just going to say read that, because that's a time spiral special, right?
It is. It is an instant for red 1. Choose 1. Destroy target artifact. Target creature gets +1/+1 against trample until end of turn. Good in this deck. Or remove 2 time counters from target permanent or suspended card.
So essentially that is destroy an artifact or pump and give tramp.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. In very rare cases will that other one ever come into to play. Does it? What kind of counters are on like Tangle Wire? Is it a time counter?
Those are fading counters, right?
Fade counters. You can't even get them with Fury Charm. Good. I guess you can get Tangle Wire with Fury Charm because it's an artifact.
I've got a better idea.
Ooh.
Don't play Tangle Wire.
Do you know who I am?
So that's the deck. Strengths and weaknesses?
Strengths and weaknesses.
Pump and combat tricks in the strength category. You think you're taking 3, 5, even 8, 10, whatever it is. Like 10 is not an unnormal amount to attack for in Commandy. Just kidding. Take 14. Take 18. Take whatever.
Yeah.
And 18 is enough to, like, you're dead.
That gives people pause lots of the time. Yeah.
Weakness. Strength, Hidden Commander, Zada, weakness, hidden commander that you need tutors to find.
Yeah. I mean, you could draw into him because Xyris is going to draw you a buttload of cards.
Yeah.
I think
reliant on commander then, which most decks are, which is fine. I think it's not accurate to say relying on your commander is a weakness, right?
No.
Like, I don't think that's right. But at the same time, it's like, can we do what we want to do if we don't have Zada, if we don't get the engine started and rolling with Xyris, or we don't have tutors? Can we still pump and smash?
No. That was the weakness that I noticed in the deck, is like it is relying very heavily on your commander, which is fine, you can do that. But if you don't have Zada or Xyris, you don't really have anything.
Other than pump spells.
Yeah, and what are you pumping?
Xyris to draw cards into more pump spells. You know what?
But if you don't have them...
Oh, if you don't have Xyris either.
Yeah, like you don't... There's not... Because you don't have a ton of ramp in here, so eventually you're...
Well, there's 12 cards at ramp. That's good. You're going to have something. You're going to have a Xyris on turn 4.
Yeah, and
more than 50% of the time, which is powerful.
And it could get removed on turn 4.
Between 4 and 5,
and 5 and 6, and now you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Like, this isn't like my Omnath deck where you can pay 22 for your commander. This is... You got to be careful. You got to play all those safety cards. You got to be really careful with your dude.
You know what I do like, and I just counted, the ramp section, 50% of it, so 6 out of the 12 cards, is ramp that is harder to deal with than artifacts. Sure, there is a wild growth as one of the 6. It's an enchantment. It's not just put a land onto the battlefield, but enchantments are typically harder to deal with just because people run less removal for them than artifacts. So half of your ramp has some staying power.
Yeah.
And we are running 9 pieces of snake safety. So if we do land Xyris or Zada or anything else that's important, realistically, Perforos, Zada, Xyris are the 3 most important, air quotes, creatures. We have good ways to protect them, and Perforos has that built in. So staying power through ramp and through the protection package for your commander. Strength.
It's good, for sure.
Yeah.
You just have to be aware that you are relying very heavily on this one creature. And if you have just the wrong game or the wrong matchup, you're going to be in for a long day.
Yeah. You know what? I do like strength. I do like the high risk, high reward magic. That is very much my style.
Absolutely.
And I do like when I play my Bryon Stout Arm deck, if I draw the wrong half of the deck, it's all like 19 drops. If I draw the wrong half of this deck, there's no ramp and it's all pump spells and I have no fucking creatures. That's how this deck works too. I like doing that and using the cards in my hand in a political way, talking my way out. I talk about Magic all the time. I can sway this attack that way. I can talk myself out of that attack. I can ask, what are you doing here? Why did you attack that person? And that might change where they target or where they attack to not me. And when they don't attack me, I can berserk their fucking dude and kill my opponent still, right? Strength.
The last thing that I want to point out, and this is a card that I'd mentioned right off the top, is Sashiro the Anointed. He should be in here because he makes your snake tokens bigger and he lets just you draw cards, because one of the things that Xyris does that I think maybe people aren't giving the credit to that they deserve is you draw 5, but so do they.
Yeah.
Like the more cards you let your opponent draw, the more. And it says right on here, like if you're playing against a control deck or a combo deck, you got to be real careful who you're attacking, because
you don't want the control player to draw 5 counter spells or the combo player to draw a tutor or a combo piece.
Yeah, or all of his combo pieces or whatever. But it is one of those things where you really got to be careful, and sometimes you will be in a situation where maybe pumping isn't the best idea, or maybe you can't attack because you don't want, like, your opponents are they're set up, they're there, and you need a way to push through either lethal or nothing, because if you draw them a bunch of cards, you're probably going to lose.
Well, the great thing about pump spells that aren't enchantments and that are sorceries, a lot of the ones that are in here do pump toughness, so you can use them as combat tricks or removal. You know, they're swinging in with their 4/4 or their 5x, thinking, oh, well, he's going to take 5 or else he's got to block with Xyris. And you just go, oh, yeah, well, fucking pump it, and your thing dies.
Yeah.
So you can play the block game with this deck, I'm sure. And if you can kind of sandbag cards just through natural draw, you're eventually going to have 4, 5, 6 cards in your hand and just pump, kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Always cast Berserk last. Always cast the ones that double the power of things last. Speaking of which, recommendation for the deck, Psychotic Fury. Instant, 2 mana, gives target creature double strike, draw a card.
Ooh.
Yes. If you Zata that one, you're going to draw 7. Oh, no, but it has to target a multicolored creature. Multicolored creature, so it only works when you do target Xyris. Doesn't work when you target Zata.
Terrible.
But probably still fine.
It's probably medium.
Probably still fine if I can, +3 giant growth Xyris, berserk it. All of a sudden, I'm going from 3 to 6 to 12 to 24. Draw a card. It's pretty
fine.
Good. That'll kill somebody.
You know what I just realized just now?
And then I draw 24, and you are dead, so it doesn't matter how many you draw.
That Time of Need finds every single creature in the deck except for the Mirror Wing Dragon.
Neat. Yeah,
That's
it finds
cool.
Kranko, Grand Lore. Fuck, say it.
Grand Warlord Radha
Got there. Zata and Xyris.
and Perf.
Yes, because Perf's a creature as long as it's not on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So good.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. I love finding Perforos when I have a creature tutor, and everybody's like, well, you can't do that. It's an enchantment. Oh, no, my friend. Only when it's on the battlefield and my devotion is 5 to red is it a creature. Or is it... You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Is it not a creature?
Yeah, got there.
We got there. We're pros here at CCO. That's what we are.
All right, final section. We do the spice calculator.
The Spice Calculator.
When we look at EDH we go to Team or Commanders. That was the hint from yesterday's pre-show.
Yep.
Every Monday on the YouTube channel. Fucking subscribe. Got there. We look at cards different than the stock page for Xyris. Of the 140 whatever cards that are on that page for recommendations, our deck includes 40 that aren't on that page. That's lots. But before we get to the actual number, Xyris, 833 decks, just released, almost has 1,000 decks, makes it the 7th most popular team or commandy.
He is right below Captain Werewolf himself, Surak Dragonclaw, and right above his younger, probably better red sister, Yazova Dragonclaw.
Yeah, it's funny. Captain Werewolf harkens back to episode 3 of CCO.
Yep.
Yeah, we're already talking about episode 5. Now we're talking about episode 3.
And Zata was episode 0.
And episode 100. Yeah. All right. Well, and there's no originality left in the world.
Nope.
That's it. So we punch it all in. Now, average converted mana cost with all them pump spells, 2.41.
Oh,
doggy. And you got to remember that, like, the finale of Devastation, the Comet Storm, the Balduvian Rage, those have X's, and the X is not going to be 0. Balduvian Rage it might be at the end of turn when we have Zata.
Yeah.
Right? But under normal circumstances, it won't be.
Correct.
So that's fine, whatever. 2 tutors does hurt the spice calculator a little bit because that finale of Devastation. If we wanted to cut that, maybe we run a pump spell, even if it is Psychotic Fury that only targets Xyris or Grand Warlord Radha. That is going to boost our spice calculator
A little bit.
12 points.
Oh, wow.
Which is like significant. But we punch it all in as is, 40 unique cards from the stock page on EDH.com. We get a spice rating of 44.4.
That's good.
That's good.
I like that.
That's good. 56 if we cut 1 tutor. If we don't want to spend the 24 or $5 on, or the 700 Canadian, that is finale of D, we've got a 56. We almost got a 60. That's spice with honors.
And you could play like another, even X spell, like another proxy kind of Comet Storm or something and win that way. I used to play a deck like this.
Yeah,
I win with Hurricane and Earthquake all the time.
You could just put Hurricane because it doesn't get any of your creatures.
Yeah, except for Xyris.
Oh, flying. Oh, play Earthquake then. Play the fucking other one. Or play Fault Line because that's instant speed one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Strength and honorary spice goes to this deck because it isn't the wheel effect like the Nekuzar in Teamer.deck.
Yeah.
It isn't Wheel of Fortune Windfall.deck. It's different than friend of the show that I know you've played against, Chris Von Doom's Xyris deck.
Yeah, the Snake Hug.
Which is super fun group hug Xyris, another CCO caliber deck. It isn't that. It's a unique build that is different. It plays a bunch of pump spells cards that you like in Radha and Kranko. It plays Zada that I like. So
It's got perf. It's got impact.
yeah, it's got everything that both of us like. And newsflash, like when we see stuff that we like and like to articulate about, we're going to feature it. So keep sending them in. I don't want to make this sound like the final thought of the day.
You know what just hit me? If you put a Possibility Storm, a Decimate, and a Goblin Bombardment in this deck, it'd be the best deck of all time.
Yeah, that is for sure. I was thinking like, I don't know, Underworld Breach. You can just recycle your pump spells over and over and over.
No.
Play some fetch lands so you can escape with your fetch lands out of your graveyard and
Get out of here. I like what I said way better.
pump spell Zada 48 times. Man, Underworld Breach is so GD powerful. Holy shit, that card. What the fuck were they thinking? Anyways, big thank you to David Moner. I like that.
Wonder Lumps on Architect.
Wonder Lumps Moner. Big thank you. Keep sending them in. CommanderCookout@gmail.com. If you're not part of the preferred deck list channel on Discord, we love that channel. I like looking at deck lists there because they're always spicy nugs like this one, or at least very unique like this one, even if the tutor package does bring the spice rating down a little bit.
Sometimes you got to play tutors, Ryan. It's unfortunate, and it counts against you in the numbers. But in a deck like this, where it's very unique overall, I think that you can get away with.
Yes, yeah. And I think we've been on record to say that. Like sometimes if you're doing something unique, you got to find that unique thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Cat's out of the bag. My team or deck, I'm sure we talk about double-digit mana rocks, double-digit card draw, double-digit dorks, whatever it is. Double-digit dorks, DDDO podcast. I think I play double-digit tutors in my team or deck, so I'm just not going to say anything more on the subject.
You make me sad, Ryan. You make me sad.
You know what?
This was a show that was so fun, and then you just made me sad.
Make everybody happy by giving them the final thought of the day.
Final thought of the day. I love Snake Tribal. Ryan loves Zada. We both really like this deck. And we hope that you did too. By all means, go check it out. It's right on budget for a Commander deck as well.
We didn't talk about the budget. Yeah, hit them with the truth.
It's $243, and a lot of this stuff was reprinted in like Commander this or last year.
Yeah.
So you probably got it if you've been playing for Commander for 2 years.
Right around $200 if you've been playing Commander and you cut the finale of D. You could have this deck for. If you have a lot of the mainstay Commander stuff like the Signet and the Soul Ring and stuff, you're looking at like less than $100 for this deck, I bet you.
I bet you too.
Yeah.
This is something you could go down to any LGS and buy 90% of it right out of a box, and they'd probably give you bulk discount because you're buying bulk.
Oh, yeah, and you're buying a whole deck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's really good. This deck is cool. We hope that this episode is finding you happy, healthy, and safe wherever it is that you are in this great world and the great nation that we as a collective have created. Remember to check out face2facegames.com. They are Canada's biggest Magic store, and they are also our official sponsor for episodes just like this. They help us keep the lights on. Me and Ryan both want to thank you all very, very much for being here, inviting us into your ear holes and your eye holes and every other hole that you have us in each and every week, giving us a reason to keep said lights on. And we're going to be back tomorrow with a very special episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!